You're listening to the Savoir Faire Audio Experience.
Are you ready?
The Savoir Faire Experience is your guide to everything that has to do with lifestyle. From dating, rides, style, and entertainment. All brought to you by the editor of Savoir Faire magazine, Robert White. Anything goes on this audio experience. So, let's go.
It's still the best.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Savoir Faire Audio Experience. And today we are interviewing and meeting with Shota Shermadini, who is the creator of Strippy. How you doing, Shota?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing excellent, man. I definitely want to dive into your entrepreneur journey and building up this product. But can you tell me a little bit about some of your background and who you are, kind of what you've been up to?
Yeah, so I come from a marketing background and a digital design background. I've always been kind of entrepreneurial. I've had a lot of ideas and, concepts that I never made it the cut, but this was a perfect time to start this. I've been working on this past half year almost. So it took some time, but I think we kind of made it, the designs and the colors and the whole product was made so it's perfect now.
Okay, very cool. Well, you said
it took some time, yeah.
Yeah, so you have a marketing background, so there's a lot of things there with graphic design and creativity and all that, right? So,
yeah, totally.
So Strippy is a nose strip that has like 3 unique kind of styles right now, and I'm sure you're going to create more. Why did you decide to build this business specifically? Do you have a need for this product and just thought it needed to be cooler, or what's the story?
Yeah. So, as you know, at this point that I have allergies and I've had always struggled with breathing. So I kind of discovered nasal strips and I was amazed how it worked. I was like, wait, how does this help? Because at first I did not understand how it worked. So I kind of did my research and I was really impressed how it had no drugs at all, and it could help you to, open your nasal congestion.
Mm-hmm.
And I work in fashion, and designs are, that's like a part of also like being in New York, like you're around this.
you're around fashion. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like it was me being amazed how this worked, but also I realized I kind of wanted to have it on even when I didn't have any issues with breathing. So I was like, okay, it's an interesting I think I kind of had it on every day, and it was just no colors and nothing. And then I kind of had a little research on Google. Nothing really came up that was interesting in terms of design. And as someone who just loves to come up with ideas and concepts, I came up with this idea to create something unique that will resonate with a younger generation, but not only. I realize people like Gen Z don't know much about this nasal strips. And I think the big part is because the companies who do this nasal strips are marketed to older generation.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing in branding or, messaging that would connect with younger people. And I thought it was a cool idea to start. And that's how I kind of started.
That's so cool, man. I love it that we're kind of in the same walk of life a little bit too, because I also kind of embedded in the fashion industry, obviously, as you know, owning a magazine and doing some
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. And I like what you're saying about, you know, traditional companies are probably creating these strips to kind of focus on an older clientele, which makes sense.
Mhm.
When you get older, you start having breathing issues, but you know,
Yeah.
there's still a younger generation that needs these things as well. Um, and so you kind of
Yeah.
added your own little flavor to them, which is awesome. I was looking at the different designs. So there's a Moo UFO version, which is all cow print, and then
Yeah.
there's a Superstar, which is cool. And then what's the other one? The Illy 2? Is that what I'm saying? Right? Am
It's
I
like
saying that
I
right?
love you too.
Oh, I
That's
love
like
you
a
too. Okay, dig it,
yeah.
man. That's
So it's
cool.
like we use so the whole concept is kind of um like subcultures of internet and like memes and just being chronically online. Like that's just Gen Z and a younger generation, and we kind of connect with those uh, phrases or abbreviations and internet lingo that will help our audience to connect with us better.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, um, that's how it kind of happened, and names are also kind of like that, and the way we talk to our customers are also um, similar. So it comes across as we're friends on the internet rather than a company that like a corporation. Um, so
Nice.
yeah,
No, I dig it, and it looks like you're using social influencers and people
yeah,
like that. You're really doing some very traditional kind of marketing in this atmosphere.
yeah. So we use kind of like everything at this point, but the core is definitely a social media and internet personas. There's a lot of people in music industry, and not only music, but who are kind of like celebrities, but in subcultures of internet. And we have partnered with a lot of them, and they're amazing. And that's kind of how we created interest around this.
Oh, that's cool. So, like,
Yeah,
um, regular celebrities or also social influencers or a mix of both?
mix, I would say, but the core strategy is to connect with a subculture internet people that are, big in some groups, but that's not like a huge group. But they have their own like flair and creativity, and that's how we want to be looked at as well. And it worked, like it's more intimate, it's more real, and it's yeah, that's how Gen Z will connect us, and that was the case here as well.
This is cool, and I want to change the direction of this conversation just a little bit because I think Strippy is like a really cool product by itself, and
Thank
obviously
you.
it has a need in the medical field and for people
Totally.
that need to breathe better, obviously because
Yeah.
these are strips that go on your nose. But what you've actually done, which I'm kind of focused on a little bit, is you've taken something that had very old school branding for one specific
Yep.
generation. You
Hmm.
flipped it completely upside down, and now you're
Totally.
taking a product that's been around forever, making it cool, obviously designing it and styling it a unique
Yeah.
way, but really kind of making it a mainstream thing. Like I'm expecting to
Yeah.
see Strippy on people's noses just in general public now. I don't expect it
Yeah.
to just be something you put on at night when you go to bed.
Yeah. Exactly. And thanks for saying that because that was the core of this idea. Because we saw people having nose accessories here in there, and they were like big, especially like coming up with designs, but not just a design. It has an actual, need and can help you with stuff. I want to add also that nasal spray addiction has become a big issue in the United States, but not only. So a lot of the times, nasal strips will help you to, quit that addiction because that's not healthy. But technically, those drugs have, a 3-day use. So they say like you must use for a couple of days maximum, but I've been there. I've had a nasal spray addiction, all the times, and I'm using a nasal strips now to help me to not use those drugs every day. Mm-hmm. So that's also something that will help a younger generation to not always have these chemicals, that could damage your smell, or there's a lot of issues that comes with it as well.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. It's just less harsh on your body in general not to have that spray up there. So most of those sanitizing sprays are like salt water, basically, right? I mean, they're not. There's some medication aspects to those things too that are breaking stuff down, but most of those are salt water. Is that kind of the base that you've learned about?
Well, I think there's like stuff that are healthier alternative, but it definitely there's a lot more than a salt water, and most of the products help you quickly, and they make you addicted to it. So a lot of the times, like, you're not cold anymore, like you don't have anything. It's just you just look like you still have this issue anyways. So it's good to help people with that as well. And nasal strips are also a good way to combat that. Okay,
so we have some of the medical stuff that I saw on here. So that's kind of cool. There's clears congestion, obviously, because you're opening up your nose a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're hypoallergenic. They're drug-free solutions, obviously. They're very durable. They can last for up to 12 hours. You can have them on almost all day, which is very cool. What are some of the other benefits to Strippy over traditional sprays and things like that?
Well, in terms of other nasal strips, we also improved how it works. So it's not just designs. It is, strong enough to open passages, but also it just stays on your nose much more effective, because we saw a lot of objection around this product in other brands that it just comes off easy. And so we kind of made the whole product much nicer in terms of how it works. And this product has not seen any updates or innovation for a decade or two. Mm-hmm. So it's a cool thing. And we have amazing customer feedback already. We see people wearing them, but they send us videos. So yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I like this, man. I'm going to take, you guys sent me some samples and I've been playing with them a little bit and I thought that was awesome, but I have there's so many of them. I'm going to take them to my gym when I start working out and just pass them out to people.
That'd be cool. So,
yeah, I think it's one of those things, just let people kind of get a feel for it. And I think they'd appreciate, being able to do that too. Obviously, when you open up your nose and breathe a little bit better, you're just going to be more, your workout can just be better in general on top of just daily 100%. Life, right? So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it just also improves your oxygen intake, which obviously helps you to do more work and be more focused. So there's a lot of extra, stuff that comes with it, not just it just opens, nasal. It helps you to be more productive as well, and etc. So
very cool.
Just product, yeah.
So you have all the social stuff that I saw. You have a Facebook page. There's Instagram. There's TikTok. People can go to the website, getstrippy.com, to check out the product and order. Yeah. Looks like they're exclusively right now available on the website. Is that correct? They can't get them in the stores or anything right now?
Not now, but so we're going to be on Amazon at some point soon, because we just got a lot of customers feedback. They just wanted it on Amazon, and we're like, okay, we'll do that. And we have also big tailor that's been interested. So I don't want to jinx it, but I hope it happens because it's going to be a perfect place to have it. And we have partnerships lined up for next year, which will be fun. And yeah.
Yeah, very cool, man. Well, I'm glad we had a chance to talk, and thank you so much for sending me samples of this product. I'm definitely going to share it with my family and friends and let them see what's going on there. But I love this new modern kind of taste that you've added to this, the stylish kind of thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to wear it to New York Fashion Week when I come down in February, but I'll consider other people to do that for you.
Amazing. Well, maybe we're gonna have other designs as well. So the way we will be, working, it's like a clothing a brand almost. So it's gonna be drops of designs, and you never know. Maybe you'll like something that you'll want to have it on Fashion Week in New York.
Absolutely. That's cool. If you drop something that matches my outfit, then I'll be all over it. I promise.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much, Shota, for your time today. And I'm glad we were able to connect and talk a little bit about your product.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you for listening to the show. Please take a minute to head over to www.savfair.com and subscribe to our publication.